People were saying that the Russian national anthem doesn't fall within that BPM range. So I guess they're going to have to play it faster these days.
Wait a minute. Well, first of all, back to the lawyer thing. Imagine you being at a rave.
Yes.
And you got J.G. Wentworth over there like...
beat mapping the song that's playing.
All right. No, turn that down. All right.
877
cash now. You got J.G. Wentworth or freaking John Foy. I mean, that's a little weird.
John Foy and Associates.
If y'all know, y'all know.
The verse is so crucial, I spit it deep, it's confusing. I leave you leaving with lesions, lacerations and mass confusion. Playing, you losing, I leave your city in ruin.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
Tell me something good, brother. If you say nothing.
Something good.
Oh, baby. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. I don't know if those are the right lyrics, but
that was close enough.
Tell
That's
me what you
I
got. How's life, man?
It's alright. It's that lull of the year between football and actually UFL is wrapping up right now.
Aren't they? Isn't it? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it's it's basically the off season for NFL because they don't even have training camps are going right now. So looking for things to get into.
What's something you want to get
An
into?
idle mind.
Try
is
something.
The Devil's Playground.
Devil's Playground.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you like to let him play there quite
often. It happens. Not so much these days.
Okay.
Back in the day.
So nothing new you want to pick up? Anything you want to try? Interesting? Anything?
I don't know.
You should just go out on a limb and just do something.
That would be awesome.
Like try high dive. Oh, you don't like?
I overthink everything though, and
I
I'm like,
swear I thought you was about to say I overdose.
Because I'm always like, man, you know what? I should try this, and then I'll be like, nah.
Well, the consequences of that.
That could have happened. Nah.
Well, hell, if that's the case, I should walk downstairs. Well, I could break my leg.
Yeah,
you can't think like that. With me, what's going on new in my life? I got into like a little scuffle with one of my friends at a pizza spot this weekend. It was
a scuffle?
It wasn't a scuffle. It was. I just some. I don't even want to put it out.
Speaking of consequences, at what age do you stop getting in scuffles?
Well, it wasn't a scuffle. It was something that had to deal with. So there was 4 people there. Mm-hmm. Me, my good friend, another friend that's not as good as this friend, and this friend's girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get pizza, and this person likes to be the center of attention. I'm right about everything. I'm this. I'm that. Oh no. It's actually you. Actually, but
I was not at the pizza shop.
Not that. But he likes to be. I'm right. You all slow down. I'm doing this, and then so we were driving. And I'm driving the speed limit, music playing, everybody there. The 2 people in the back are having a good time. My homeboy's sitting in the front right here, and they smoke weed. Mm-hmm. I don't. So they had some on them. I didn't have. They weren't smoking. Mm-hmm. So the guy up front was like, and I'm driving, we're listening to music, and I'm driving perfectly fine. I'm sober. I'm turning up to the music, The people in the back are turning to the music. And he was like, man, you need to chill out, man. You turning up too much, man. I'm like, dude, I'm completely sober. I'm driving in the lines. I'm not doing it. He was like, yeah, but we just passed 2 cops. And he was like, and I'm like, yeah, bro, but I'm not doing anything wrong. He's like, man, that's you always, you think you got it. I'm like, dude, chill out. And the person in the back said, you worried about him driving. You're not even wearing your seatbelt. And ever since then, he was like, it's like, because everybody was like, oh, she got you. Because like, he's the one person that's always getting on everybody else. And she's if you're so worried about him driving, you're the only one in the car without a seatbelt on him. I was like, oh. But he got mad about it. And it was, we resolved it. Friends are going to argue. We're going to, that's how it is.
Yeah,
but no. We got an interesting subject today. But before we do that, we need to read the top 3 comments.
Yes, we do.
Again, Trash Talkers, we read the top 3 comments from our previous podcast. Also, leave your birthday, just the month and the day, down in the comment section, and we will read the craziest stories that happen in Florida. And it's not called It's called What the
Florida.
100%. So let's get into
name Florida.
What?
I think it was Family Guy skit talking about Florida from what was it, Good Times or whatever. they made fun of her, and she was like, "Why is my name Florida?"
Damn, that's crazy. You do hear people's names like Virginia.
Yeah, yeah, people named after states.
Is there anybody out there named Idaho?
Yes, I knew one back in the day.
Did you know Idaho?
Yeah.
I knew a few myself. Now that you bring it up. All right, so the number 3 most liked comment from our previous podcast, which is top 5 metal bands top 5 bands that we love that metal heads actually hate. Number 3 most liked comment from that podcast comes from Jacob Vaso 2934. Says, the thing that's funny is traditional metalheads follow bands that love bands that are not metal. For example, James Hetfield loves Ghost. Randy Blythe loves reggae. Necromancer from Iron Maiden, from Mayhem, love the Police.
Oh, wow. Now, that's something you wouldn't expect, right?
But not.
Yeah, because you always see, like, death metal, black metal, even thrash metal is, like, hardcore. And I don't want anybody to know that I listen to some poppy stuff.
Who cares, man?
Exactly.
I don't care, dude. Like, if
Well, eventually you get old enough and you're like, I don't care.
yeah, I don't care. Like, that's my thing with like a lot of things, foods and music. Like, Smokey will tell you firsthand. I've picked him up before, and I'm playing a song, and I know he's probably like, "What in the hell are you listening to?"
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
The number 2 most liked comment from that podcast comes from Sterling8298. Shout out to you, Sterling. Sterling says, I love every single type of heavy metal plus music out there. Deathcore, metal, heavy metal, grunge, rock, classic metal. All of it?
All of it? Oh, maybe it's all of it.
All of it. Okay, yeah. Like someone once told me, if it makes you feel the vibe, it's good damn music, and that's all that matters. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 most liked comment comes from let me see, did I pull it up? Comes from Painted Lady 81. Shout out Painted Lady 81. Painted Lady 81 says, I love you guys. It doesn't even matter what you're talking about. I'll watch hard. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
that was the number 1 most liked.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
How did that move up?
The heck? This place is haunted, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to you, Metal Lady 81 or Painted Lady 81.
Yeah.
Today's subject, Smoke Dog.
Yeah.
What we on?
Well, is it right for governments to ban certain musics? That's the topic for today. And the reason this comes up, well, for one, we've been noticing that some of our videos and certain songs that we do videos about get banned in certain countries.
God,
sounds kind of weird, right?
I feel like it's kind of taboo to be talking about this. Are we okay to talk about this? Like, I don't want, y'all, come on.
I mean, well, most of the podcast is not going to be about standards of a certain platform that we use to broadcast ourselves. Okay. But Chechnya and Russia.
Chechnya.
I don't think there's a CH in that one, is there?
Trust me, it's pronounced Chechnya.
Hold on.
One of my favorite UFC fighters, Hamzat Chimaev, is from Chechnya. God dang it.
There's two different. There's Hold on, I'll bring it up.
The one that's got, like, I always be
that
right.
One is Chechnya, yeah.
It's Chechnya.
Yeah, Chechnya.
Okay.
But anyway.
Can I just get I was right?
It's a republic in Russia.
Okay.
They, yeah, you were right about that one. Thank you. They banned musics that is outside of the tempo of 80 BPM to 116 BPM.
And is it just Chechnya?
Yeah, so far. Now, there was a ban back in the day where the UK actually banned repetitive music, what they would call repetitive music, trying to cut down on the rave scenes in the UK.
Huh.
And they so basically anything with a fast tempo, rave music.
Dance.
Up tempo, and it was super repetitive beats just over and over. They banned that. And they actually made statements back in the day, like you have to have a lawyer with you while you are playing this music to make sure it is within the guidelines of what the government has laid out. So Chechnya does the same thing. Now, they want to ban anything over 116 BPM and anything under 80 BPM, which cuts out two very prominent forms of music that a government would consider corrupting to the youth, maybe.
Okay.
Which they haven't given an official statement as to the exact reason. Actually, they did say because we need to uphold the standards of traditional Russian music and BPMs, something to that effect. That's not verbatim, but something to that effect.
What is crazy is Khabib used to come out to like is it the Russian national anthem actually?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, people were saying that the Russian national anthem doesn't fall within that BPM range. So I guess they're going to have to play it faster these days.
Wait a minute. Well, first of all, back to the lawyer thing. Imagine you being at a rave.
Yes.
And you got J.G. Wentworth over there like...
beat mapping the song that's playing.
All right. No, turn that down. All right.
877
cash now. You got J.G. Wentworth or freaking John Foy. I mean, that's a little weird.
John Foy and Associates.
If y'all know, y'all know.
Yeah.
But no, dude, that's crazy. The fact that a government... Now, okay, you're talking about the youth. I can... If I'm being... all right, playing the devil's advocate here. First of all, I think again that goes to a lot of the comments that we read from genres that we love that metalheads hate. Again, music is subjective.
Yeah,
it's art. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. What some people enjoy, you may not enjoy. Yeah. But now, when it comes to the youth, I kind of gotta. If I'm playing devil's advocate here, the youth, you don't want to hear. And I get it. In the United States, we're a little more open here. You know, we're a little more, lenient with a lot of things.
With entertainment, for sure.
100%. You ain't gonna see a Lil Nas X in Chechnya. You're not gonna see a Sexy Red. You're not gonna see a Saucy Santana. If y'all don't know those names, Google them. You ain't gonna see them in Russia. You're not. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. And if you did, if they were there, they'd probably be persecuted. But over there, they want their youth to be not. They don't want their youth to be exposed.
Americanized in a sense.
God dang, I didn't want to say it, but you're kind of right. It's like they don't want them to be exposed to certain things, which in a way, I don't have children, but I can understand it. But here we're like, make your own decisions. If you want to be this when you're 5, you're freaking 5. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, you're. At 5, you're definitely not old enough to realize what you want to be.
That's what I'm saying though. But dude, if you go to listen, if y'all don't know who Charleston White is, Charleston White said one of the greatest things: children mimic what they see and they repeat what they hear. Yeah, which I totally agree with. Now, if you go to Chechnya and Russia, if you have this certain BPM where they're saying "schnaut a line," "schnaut a line," "schnaut a line," "schnaut a line," and their kids like, man, that's a catchy song, and just hearing that "schnaut a line," you may not even know what they're saying, but you're walking around school, "schnaut a line, schnaut a line." Yeah, now other kids are saying it. Other kids are saying it. So
I think that's what they may be wanting to cut out. Now this is strictly my opinion because they haven't said this, but American rap a lot of times falls below that 80 BPM unless you get like a Marshall Mathers beat.
Hell, but then again, Eminem was just blocked in Russia. We just put the video out.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, if you look at a beat, when we make beats as hip hop artists, we sometimes halftime our beat. So you could use a beat that's actually 140 BPM, which is too fast, but you're going to slow it down to 70, which is too slow. So it cuts out both ends of the spectrum of hip hop. Now, maybe they're cool with like some old school Run DMC going on or something, some Fat Boys or something. Maybe that's fine. But if it's trap or drill or something like that, that's more a violent side. Those BPMs fall outside of what they deem legal.
So you said it kind of falls in the room of 2 genres of music. You said rap, but you didn't mention the other one.
No, I was saying it falls on both spectrum. If you want to halftime your beats when you make them, it's going to be slower.
So are you
than the 80 BPM? But if you want to use the full length of your beat, that's going to be over the 116.
So are you thinking?
Oh, when you said 2 genres?
Yeah, you said 2
when
genres.
I was talking about earlier.
You just mentioned rap. What
the rave music, the club, the techno. The musics that people like to do drugs to.
I need to Google something.
Yeah.
The Prodigy.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
UK.
Okay, that's UK.
Well, but that is not legal anymore.
Wait a minute. If I'm going to jail if I play Firestarter,
Yes. I don't know I haven't seen what their exact punishments are for people who break this law, but you're definitely going to be punished in some way.
for playing us.
I haven't beat mapped Firestarter either. To see
It's
exactly
it's
what the
definitely.
BPM, but I believe it's over 116.
That's what I'm saying. Now, we could go so many places here. One thing I do want to say is, people are always saying, "Oh, I want to move out of America. I want to move out of America."
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to move out of America, you're not going to be able to play your favorite.
Depending on where you go.
But if you have, let's say, I don't want to hate on this country. I don't want to hate on any countries.
Yeah.
But that's the freedom of being an American. Yes, you're going to be exposed to a lot of different things that you may not want your children to see, but freedom of speech.
Yeah.
If you don't like it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's America.
No,
but
yeah.
at the same time, though, I'm also thinking, sound frequencies have a lot to do with like mind control.
Thought about that too. Yeah, and because a lot of people also theorize that your body gets into a rhythm depending on what music you listen to, and you could possibly control your state of consciousness.
Yeah, dude, even like mantras. Like I've recently like just saying
Oh yeah. The Stream Brazil.
There's something calming about that. So maybe the frequency with those BPMs in Chechnya or these other places where that particular tempo is banned, it's like, what if it's giving off a negative vibe?
Well, I think that's what they're worried about. Not only are the lyrics in a lot of these songs going to be considered corrupting to the youth, but the state of mind just from hearing that they think has a damaging effect.
Well, but now I look at it like this. Like, okay, NBA YoungBoy, talking about all kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Big in the United States. So, but he's not really big in Chechnya. They're not jamming him in Chechnya
Well,
like
I
that.
think they want to make sure it doesn't happen.
Right. So what made it, do you think, was there like a certain group or a certain artist or a certain song that came out over there where they were like, okay, no, this is not cool? Or are they looking at our society and our culture and they're like, all right, we don't want that.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I don't know that there was a certain song that fell outside of that range that they're like, the kids are going crazy over this song. We got to get rid of things like this. We got to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Dude, what if Khabib Nurmagomedov put out the dopest trap song and they said, nope. Khabib, he put out the dopest trap song in Russia and Chechnya was like, nope, not happening. Not happening.
Oh, maybe you think about it though. Maybe a lot of the fighters do come to America. They could be becoming a little more Americanized, and they don't like that. They want their traditional values, so they're like, we're sending these guys to America. We don't want them to bring America back.
But a lot of them, oh man, that's so crazy because
and it's not just America, of course.
No.
There's a lot of first world countries that are like America, even South Korea, Japan.
Yeah, but America is like the top, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
the world sees America as the leader in entertainment.
Yes, and one thing, just to piggyback on what you were saying there, I again, not to stick on MMA for so long, but y'all know I'm a big MMA fanatic. You got Hamzat Chimaev, Chechnya, Islam Makhachev, Russia, Dagestan actually, Khabib, Dagestan, Sirigan, France. None of them spoke English.
Yeah.
But when they came here, they spoke their native tongue. They spoke Chechnyan, or Russia. They spoke French. But then when they came here, it's like, okay, well, in order for me to make more money,
they need to speak English.
You need to
they
speak
need to
English.
Cut promos, yeah.
So, but then, all right. So then, do you think maybe, okay, if these countries are banning certain BPMs, at one point, are we going to ban the English language? Like, hey,
it's possible.
God dang.
If they let it go down that route.
But that's how English is the most accepted language in the world, right? Like, you could go to Japan, it's gonna be Japanese everywhere, but they're still gonna say, you'll still see train station, or you go to Mexico, like.
It's the most common language in the world. Yeah.
Will it get to the point where they're taking away certain BPMs of music? Will it get to the point where they're like, you know what? That if you say hello, good morning, hope you have a good day, jail. You think it'll get that way?
It could be because I think a lot of countries are worried. More traditional countries that are obsessed with keeping their original values and their culture. Because now that we're in a global society, thanks to the internet, and travel is so much easier than it used to be, a lot of countries that were more traditional are becoming more Easternized, for lack of a better term.
Easternized or Westernized?
Westernized, sorry. Yeah. The Eastern countries are becoming more Westernized. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like everybody it's kind of tough to talk about this. I mean, because you don't want to, like...
You don't want to make somebody mad just for having traditional values.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to, like... trust me, I know people, like, who will see a Muslim woman, and they they have on their headdress and they have on their chic. Yeah. They automatically think one word. I'm not gonna say the word, but they automatically think it.
Of course. Yeah.
That's their tradition. That's their culture. That's their heritage. Respect it. You know, that's one thing about being an American. If you want to be in America, you need to understand that this is a melting pot, and there's going to be a lot of people here. So you may...
I mean, there's a lot of people in America who do not want their original culture being taken away.
Oh, yeah. Come to the South.
Yeah.
Come to the South. They'll definitely show you that. But you kind of, as an American...
But also, we have freedom of speech in America.
That's the thing.
Which protects that.
That's the coin flip there. It's like, sure, we're a melting pot. You're welcome here. If as long as you do it legal. You're welcome here. Come in. Bring your food. Bring your religion. Bring all that in. But at the same time, we can criticize those things. We could talk that we don't like these. We don't...
Yeah, we can all get old and say, get off my lawn. And they're changing the way I liked it, you know. We can all do that. Sure, that's protected under freedom of speech also.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I think the problem is measures like that are going to become more futile in the future.
In America,
because there's going to be a global society eventually. We're almost there now.
I get it.
And it's only going to get worse.
My thing, I'm gonna ride with you and say eventually Richard Nixon's gonna say what Richard Nixon said. We should all form a one world government. I think that's gonna happen. Maybe so. It may not happen.
Unfortunately, and of course, the conspiracy theorists and some of the traditionalists, hate that. But there's nothing we can do about it. Whether we like it or we don't,
there's nothing
we can do about it because the elites of the world would rather have it that way. So that you can use the resources of the entire world.
Right. I had a point.
And whether it leads to a global slave state or whatever.
Okay, here's where I was going. You said, damn it, I had two good points, so I forgot the second one, but I got my first one back. So you had said at one point we're going to become a one world government. You know, I think that a lot of countries out there don't want anything. Like, think about...
No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, North Korea. You think they want anything to do with us?
Not at all. That's why they have so much problems with South Korea, because South Korea is Americanized.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yes, I'm sure there's less countries that would be opposed to saying, hey, let's become a one world. Then there are more countries that's like, all right, let's just become a one world, which... whatever you think about that, that's your opinion. But you have a lot of countries like Chechnya, like Russia, that don't want no part of what we got going on. So they're like, we don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I mean,
but I think that's what I'm saying. It's going to become more and more futile into the future.
Yes.
Eventually. I mean, I'm sure wars will be fought over it.
God, man.
But eventually, and I don't know if it's hundreds of years, 200 years, 300, however long it takes to get to that point, it's almost inevitable that it will get to that point if we don't all destroy ourselves first.
And then it's going to be a whole great reset, and then millions of years later, there's
lots of theories and evidence out there to say that we've reset ourselves several times throughout history.
Millions and millions of years later. Remember when y'all were in high school and y'all put those time capsules underground? If I don't want to be a one world government. This country is fighting with this country. We all just kill each other. We all unalive each other.
Yeah.
100 or let's say 30 million years in the future, they're gonna look at this right here.
That's a long time.
They're like, damn, what did they use this for?
I don't know. It was in that capsule in the ground.
What is that? Oh, or anything like
they'll find like a Discman or something to play as a CD or whatever.
I know what they use this for.
What's that?
They brush their teeth with this.
You think?
I mean, if you look at it,
it's kind of difficult though.
What could they use it for? I mean, they don't know what a soundboard is. They don't know what anything is. It's like
maybe it was a sexual device.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were. That's what we look at a lot of stuff back in the old days.
Yeah.
We're like,
you're like they had to use this for a sexual device. Yes.
oh my god, dude! Can I bring up a crazy thing I heard? You know those.
Don't let it be about using sexual devices.
No.
Okay.
You know those things where say 5 interesting facts you didn't know. You know, like
yeah.
I saw. You know, or I don't know if this is true. I'm just repeating something I saw. But you know why high heels were invented for women? According to what I read.
Well, from what I think and what I remember is that it was to strengthen their thighs and butts to make their butts bigger and more shapely.
So that was one of the things that they said, but they said before that is the sewage problems in water was so dirty that they didn't want to get their feet wet, so they would wear things to stand them above the water.
Wow.
And actually,
in what country?
And every country or whatever,
really?
wherever
they were invented.
But men would wear them too, but they would just be boots. Women would wear I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But if you got poop running through your streets, that's a pretty damn good invention. And then it became a fashion.
That's kind of what the bubonic plague came from.
I want to say they brought that up. It was just crap running through the street.
Yeah, because whenever you have sewage and whatever,
Atlanta just came straight out of me.
Huh?
Atlanta just came straight out of me.
Say it again.
There's crap running through the street.
That's through the streets. But when you have things like that and you have a bunch of trash in the streets also, you attract rats. Rats will spread the disease, and then there's a plague. And people are worried about that also in America with the advanced rate of homelessness that we have going on in our major cities.
Dude, we have completely made this podcast about something.
Yes. Should we ban music? That is not of a certain BPM.
Good conversation, though. I mean, it is good conversation. I mean, I don't know, dude. I can't speak on another country that I'm not from, and I'm not gonna hate on another country that I'm not
speculation.
from.
I didn't say solve the problem for them. You know, it's just speculation.
But is there a problem? Is there a problem?
That's the question.
Trash talkers?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. That something's like in my soul's not feeling right about talking about. I don't know. I feel,
scrap the podcast.
No, it's not that about talking about another government. Like, would we hate? Would we say anything bad about our government? Well, I guess we would.
What? Did you hear what you just said?
But would we do it on camera though?
It's gonna be in the comments of this video.
Man, I don't know, dude. I just want peace, man. Like
everybody does. Well, not everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
That's what my thing.
But maybe that's the problem. Is there's not enough people that actually want it. Everybody says they want it. But not enough people that actually want it.
Maybe the way I'm looking at it is in my head I'm thinking I'm talking to like I'm in the front of a Chechnyan people.
I know.
That's how
you're
I'm looking at it.
We're talking to the trash
You're right. I'm talking. I feel like I'm talking.
The Chechnyan government's not going to watch this and come after you.
Just imagine if we were up in front of the Chechnyan people. Imagine we'd be dead.
And we're not like they suck for doing this.
Dude,
like,
you don't know though. Just by saying one word, Lil Nas X might get you executed.
Barbarians that's gonna come over here and take over America,
bro.
Because you talked about their BPM limit.
I'll give you a prime example. Again, back to MMA.
If that was the case though, it would have already been done because there's hundreds of videos on YouTube about it.
What do you mean? About them playing the music? Like
that, talking about their situation, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not worried.
They're not going to show up at your house.
It's just me in my head thinking about because
they don't care. They don't want America in their city anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's my question: is there a video of someone in Chechnya walking around with a boombox playing a song with that BPM?
Probably before the statute.
Do you think there would be a video after?
Not unless they want to get jailed.
That is.
I don't know. There
crazy.
may be some rebellious ones that fight back, that protest by doing it. I'm sure there will be. There's always people who are willing to fight, rebel.
I just think it's effed up. You're going to jail for your playing music. It's just music, man.
Yeah.
But then again, we can go back to the frequency things where it's like, just be proud to be an American. Be proud that you can play what you want. You can do what you want. And I love all countries. I love every person on earth. I just want people to understand that we are all people. Of course we're going to have different things that we think of. Of course we're going to have different, again, I'll say it again, music is subjective, food is subjective, art is subjective. But at what point does a government come in and says, like, what if you're going to take, I love macaroni. If you eat macaroni, you're going to prison. But
because it seems so innocuous.
I love Fear Inoculum. You listen to Fear Inoculum, you're going like.
Oh yeah, there's probably some songs on Fear Inoculum that's gonna be
I can't
banned.
listen to freaking.
They can't listen to Tool.
I can't, bro. If I can't listen to Schism.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I'd have to see what the BPM is on that.
But you get what I'm saying, like and maybe it's me just being an American. Like it's just so weird to hear that I am not allowed to listen to something. You know what I mean? And then be criminally charged for it. That's crazy.
Yeah. And like I said, it's happened in Western countries before. Happened in the UK. And I believe there are others. I don't remember exactly where it's happened before, but
what happened? Can you think of one in America?
No, I don't think so. Never mind. The New Orleans jazz scene. They tried to cut down on jazz because in the early 1900s.
Oh, the Reefer Madness thing. Didn't the jazz scene have something to do with that?
Yeah, it had something to do with it, but there was particularly statutes in I think Iowa. I think it was Iowa. They put in a band where you couldn't play jazz music because they saw that as the corrupted youth scene of the time, so you couldn't do that. So yes, it has happened in America.
Wow. And you would be all right, give me a prominent jazz singer of that age, of that era.
Louis Armstrong.
So is listening to Louis Armstrong during that era, is that a felony or a misdemeanor? And what's my bond?
I don't know what they punished people with, but it was a statute that they had.
Doesn't that violate one of our rights, though? Like, the right to...
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, or freedom of expression.
Yeah, your music should be covered under freedom of speech. Yeah.
So they went...
we made a song about that.
Yeah, no crap, Smokey. But, so if people went to jail for listening to jazz artists, doesn't that violate their...
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I wonder if any people won lawsuits from that.
I wouldn't doubt it, and I guess it all depends on how heavily they enforced it.
You know, when you first brought this topic up, I was like, all right, we could, but I mean, this is going a lot deeper than what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We could go deeper if you want to go deeper.
Could, yeah. But we're almost out of time now.
We are. God dang. All right, let's do some What the Florida stuff, dog. Guys, look, we could go on and on.
Yeah, definitely. If you need a part 2, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. 100%. Again, guys, we're doing WTF. It's not it's what the
Florida.
100%. So again, guys, just leave your birthday, just the day and the month. Leave it down in the comment section, and we will read the craziest stories that happen on your birthday. Smoke Dog, you ready for the first one here? The first one is shout out to Musticat 27247. Maybe Must iCat 27247.
Yeah.
Birthday is March 27th.
Okay.
I'll read the comment as well. Is Skid Row hard rock, heavy metal, or glam metal band? I don't hate Metallica. I started to listen to Metallica when I was 20-something, and now I'm 50-plus years old. I still like their music. My birthday is March 27th. Smokey, what the Florida? March 27th.
Wow. Florida man hit mother stuffed dumplings in her mouth for refusing to dress his mannequin.
Has that thought ever crossed your
Has
that thought ever crossed your mind?
I've had a lot of intrusive thoughts in my lifetime, but hitting your mom and stuffing dumplings for not dressing the mannequin,
you gonna dress this damn mannequin.
I can absolutely say has never crossed my mind.
My mom would beat the dog.
I know.
She would beat the. My mom would shoot me.
Wow. A Florida man has been accused of attacking his mother after she refused to dress his mannequin Monday night. I'll leave his name out. He was arrested on charges of aggravated battery on a victim over 65.
Oh.
And domestic battery by strangulation. Wow, this gets deep. A woman reportedly called police after 65-year-old mother ran to her house with blood on her face.
Oh, no.
And the guy in pursuit.
No.
According to the affidavit, he was in the backyard with his mother where they were in their backyard when he asked to dress the mannequin. After she refused to do so, the guy reportedly stood in the doorway to prevent his mother from going inside the home.
That's technically kidnapping.
Yeah, technically. He then retaliated by following her into the kitchen and pushing her to the floor. This is getting darker and darker.
Yeah, let's...
picked up a small stool.
I could just see him at work.
Yeah.
Mom.
Eventually shoved dumplings in her mouth for some reason.
Mom, when I get home, you better have Kimberly dressed from head to toe. And if you don't, those dumplings are...
I feel like it may have something to do with that.
Screw that dude, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I rarely say that, but nah, don't. I'm not cool with that one.
That's elderly abuse.
Exactly,
That's a
dude.
heavier crime than just a normal person.
Must I Cat 247. That's your What the Florida. Smoke, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next one is Stan Rice, 2121. Stan Rice's birthday is October 29th. If you would like a year, I could give you that.
Nah, we'd be fine without a year.
All right.
Unless we have
done
a
it
similar
before.
story, then we could add that. Ooh, I got a list for...
Ooh. Damn, Stan Rice, you got a bunch.
Let's try this one. Florida man mauled by black leopard after paying... Oh, we did do that one already. That's where he paid to be in the full contact zoo in the backyard of somebody
bruh.
and got mauled by the panther. So maybe we... Let's see. This... Florida man pleads guilty to conspiracy to smuggle turtles.
Oh my God! Please, let's hear that one.
All
Let's hear that. Aren't turtles native? I guess depending on what kind of turtle.
Oh, smuggle turtles to
Into
Germany
Germany.
and Hong Kong, and falsely labeling the turtles on related
Didn't we
paperwork.
do that one before? Remember
No,
the
we
guy-
had one where a guy had a...
He was smuggling
He
like
was smuggling
snakes,
lizards or something.
something.
Yeah, there was something. There was other
Frog?
animals that
Oh,
someone was smuggling. A Florida man pleaded guilty today in two federal criminal charges for conspiring to illegally export thousands of turtles to Germany and Hong Kong,
Wow.
and falsifying documents to conceal
Thousands?
his contact. Yes, thousands.
Jesus.
The guy pleaded guilty to one account of conspiracy to traffic wildlife and 9 counts of falsifying records in the violation of the Lacey Act.
Huh. I feel like the Lacey Act was brought up on that last one we were talking about when the guy was smuggling.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think anything smuggling outside of it's either state boundaries or country boundaries. Yes. According to the factual proffer in support of the plea and other documents included in the court record, this is getting monotonous. Was the owner of the guy was the owner of Principal of Omni Reptiles Incorporated.
Oh.
That's a mouthful. An unregistered Florida business located in Alva, Florida. Omni was the business of domestic and international wholesale trade of wildlife, including protected species of reptiles.
Okay, wait. First,
Yeah, this is good.
yeah.
Very deep in the details here.
My question is, how are you smuggling thousands?
His co-conspirators collected and captured various species of turtles.
They shouldn't say the
including
co-conspirators.
3 stripe.
They should call them co-conspirators. The people that snitched on them said. That's what they should. The people that snitched on them said,
including 3 striped mud turtles and Florida mud turtles. I don't know why
Lord
that is necessary.
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah.
Doesn't really say exactly what he received in the end.
dude, how are you smuggling? They must be like babies.
But this is a very in-depth report with all the details.
Hey, Stan Rice, if you want to Google that and check that one out yourself,
Yeah.
to the Trash Talkers as well.
Absolutely.
If y'all want to check that out. We got one more, Smokey. You ready?
All right, yeah.
Shout out Robert Brown 5876. I feel like we did Robert Brown's before, but
Maybe he's got a new birthday.
maybe he does. September 26th. What the Florida? September 26th.
Oh, we have done September 26th. So I'm assuming it was him.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've done that one. We'll do another one for him.
See if you got one. Robert Brown, stop making up birthdays, bro. Stop.
Let's see. Is there a good one that we haven't done for that day?
Read that one. That one.
All right.
What's this?
It says.
Oh wow.
Wow. Florida
my
man
God.
pleads guilty to distributing $16.7 million in dollars in tainted HIV drugs nationwide.
What the?
A man from Miami pleaded guilty to distributing $16.7 million of HIV drugs nationwide to unsuspecting patients.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
$16.7 million in tainted HIV drugs nationwide to unsuspecting
What is a tainted
patients.
HIV drug?
I guess they're not clean. Like, they have some ingredients in them that are possibly dangerous. They're not USP, maybe?
Meaning maybe they don't treat HIV? Maybe it's
No, probably just some ingredients in there that shouldn't be.
like, so we're not
Maybe
talking
possibly
like a placebo.
harmful ingredients.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
But they were tainted. Like, maybe the
You would
place
think
they
so.
made them wasn't clean enough.
Yeah, it might have some. Okay, I got you.
And some of the ingredients may not have been ultra high purity or whatever.
Dude, people are douches. Dude. Some people
Yeah.
are just. What the heck, man?
Which were ultimately dispensed to unsuspecting patients around
That's
the country.
effed up.
Court documents. He also has co-conspirators.
Snitches.
Created companies in Florida, Texas, Washington, and California.
Wow.
They then used those companies to distribute. That sound like meat. To distribute adulterated prescription drugs. Don't discriminate. Distribute. Primarily HIV medications.
That's crazy.
Adulterating these drugs makes them weaker or lower in quality.
Wow.
So maybe they were just cutting them.
Dude, wasn't the guy? No, I think. Wait, he might have been. Remember the guy that bought the Robert Brown? That was your What the Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, remember the guy Martin Shkreli
Yeah, he bought the Wu-Tang album.
Yeah. Didn't he?
He bought
wasn't he HIV HIV?
I think
drugs?
it was HIV or diabetes.
But I thought I was thinking the same. It was something
Yeah.
either insulin or HIV.
Yeah.
But he like marked it up so
He
high.
went to prison for it.
Yeah, he's still in prison, I think.
And he was on live streams, like showing
it
He
off.
would have his thugs behind
Yeah.
him, and he was like, I'm the baddest.
He was on
gangster.
the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
God.
He loved the publicity.
What do you
But
call that kind of person?
He bought the Wu-Tang album just to keep it from
The
everyone.
gold. It's only one copy.
Yeah.
And from what he said, it was actually trash. That's
Who knows?
effed up. No one knows.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they sold it for $1 million. It was
When he bought it?
Yeah, I think he bought it for $1 million.
So who has custody of it now? Is the
Probably
question.
the government.
Huh. I wonder
Now
about
he wants to Google.
Yeah.
It's probably the government, because they only made one copy of it.
What happened to Martin Shkreli's Wu-Tang album? Oh, of course it didn't type it out right.
I think it's
S-K-A, maybe?
I thought S8. There you go.
Here we go. In July 2021, the U.S. Department of Justice sold the non-fungible
$4
token
million. Oh, so it was a
for $4
it was an
million
NFT.
to cover his debts.
Wow, that's an NFT. That's you can actually.
That is weird, huh? But it was an album, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's tangible. I
Yeah.
can physically listen to. That's
Maybe that's a different case.
non-fungible token stands for NFT. Collectors.
Yeah.
For. Wow, and actually, I think he bought the album for $5 million. Now
Yeah.
that
It was called Once Upon a Time in Shaolin.
Shaolin, yeah.
So it was also an NFT.
but that was before NFTs were a thing.
Meet the new owners of the Wu-Tang Clan's album.
Well,
Wu-Tang
hold on.
album.
That's 2021. When was this?
21.
Okay, so 21.
Yeah, that's when it happened. When he went to jail.
July. So
Prison.
October is later then. Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so meet the government sold Once Upon a Time in Shaolin to satisfy a judgment against the first owner, Martin Shkreli.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up with a collective called Pleaser Diao that paid an intermediary $4 million. Interesting.
Yeah, to get it.
Huh.
And apparently this guy is not going to release it, huh?
Man, just put it online, man. You know how many
Yes.
Wu-Tang
You
Clan
own
ain't nothing
the
else.
rights to the music. Start a YouTube channel. put it out, make money, get your money back.
I mean, because God, we could make that a whole podcast.
Yeah, I would. Man, if I had the money to buy that album, I would do that, and I would also pay to get a video made by Wu-Tang for the whatever the number one song on there is.
Here's the thing, though. Like, when you buy it, Wu-Tang originally created it.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
when
they sold the rights to it.
There has to be some kind of paperwork or some documents to where you're not allowed to.
You think they did that?
I mean, if it's one of a kind. Like,
but people were begging Scarelli to release it.
Well, like, think of this. Can one person own the original Mona Lisa? Or is it, I thought it's in the Smithsonian. Like,
yeah,
it can't be owned by one specific person. I thought it has to be owned by.
I mean, I'm sure that's a group of people that run the Smithsonian or whatever museum it's in.
God dang it. All right, we can talk about it too long here. Look, Trash Talkers, thank y'all for hanging out with us and spending some time with us. Y'all let us know. Should music be banned depending on the tempo wherever you live? Give us your opinion. And also give us your opinion on the whole situation with the BPMs over in Chechnya and them not being able to listen to certain type of music. Because, hell, when me and Smokey make music, we want people in Chechnya to jam it. And
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of
we got music out now. We got music coming out. We want the Russian people to enjoy it.
Jam with us, dang it, man.
But it probably won't happen.
Lord Jesus, yes. Guys, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Again, leave your birthday, just a month and a date, down in the comment section, and we will read the craziest stories that happen on your birthday. Also, remember, the top 3 comments get read on the next podcast. So tune in. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. And with that being said, my name's WTF Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey. Remember, come on.
And we are.
Out. Deuces, yeah, boy. Man, how you think Martin's doing these days?
Martin Lawrence?
Martin Scarelli.
Oh.
Martin.